What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the portfolio today is doing really well. We're up $575, almost $580 now. And we did actually break that $33,000 mark. So today's going to be a little bit different of a video. Today's going to be a video where I actually make a video when the market is open and kind of just show you the trading strategy as to the one where I will buy stocks that have good sentiment around them, and then I will sell out of them later in the day, or I'll hold them depending on what things are what everything's looking like. So we're just gonna go through a brief run through here. Boeing today is up 1%. We made $27 on that today. CCL Carnival is up 1.37%, 0.67. We'll look at the chart here in a second. We are up we're up $60.30 on that. Let's look at the chart here. They have been spiking the last probably about 45-30 minutes. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's just news or if that's just your average trading, but it is up from the lows. It went negative just for a brief moment at around 10.15, as you can see, and then it did spike up another 1.3% since then. It's up 62 cents on the day. Let's go back into Facebook. Facebook has having a pretty big day again today. They usually, in the last couple months, they have been up the last, oh my word, they're up 12% on the month. And if you look here, look at the 1 minute here, they have been trading upwards the last 15-20 minutes, and they're up 1.5% on the day here. $3.34, and we are up a total of $83 on them. iRobot, we are up $111 on iRobot. iRobot's having another huge day, up almost 5%, 4.5%, and $2.22 up there. We'll look at the chart for iRobot here, and as you can see that now iRobot has kind of been in a downtrend. If you look at the last 6 months, the 6 month chart here, it's been in a downtrend. Actually, you can even go farther back. Let's go to the year, and you can see it's in a real big downtrend. From the highs of $132.88, it's only at $50.47 a share. And the reason that is mainly because that's when all the tariffs started hitting. That's when the whole worries with the China trade war started happening, and not a whole lot of people wanted to be a part of that, just because they were paying so much more every single piece that they sold of their equipment, or robots. As you guys know, they make the Roombas. So yeah, nobody really wanted to invest in that kind of a stock when there was just so much speculation about how bad tariffs were going to hit most of those companies. So if you look at Microsoft today, Microsoft is kind of one of the slackers today. It's up 0.4%, 66 cents a share. Look at the graph here today, day on the 5 minute. And as you can see, its highs for the day were at $163.22. Right now it's only at 192, aroundish 192. So it is a slacker. It's not negative today, but it is definitely one of our weaker performing stocks for the day. And that has made us only $13.20. I have sold out of Microsoft a lot, and Facebook. Actually, most of the stocks except for Boeing, just because they've been rip-roaring, basically, to say the least. And I don't trust it, and I just want to have a level head, and I don't want to be able to or have to lose those gains going into this. Now, Tesla is the one that we've been trading. If you look here, I'll show you where I bought in at. So we'll look at so as you can see, Tesla got upgraded to $600 a share. It was about a 63% upside move by Oppenheimer, and basically the reason that they said this is because they had finally agreed to the fact. Now, they are a Tesla bull before I say this, so this is not a Tesla bear coming out and saying this. However, they had said that, openly admitted that Tesla is well ahead of everyone else, and there's pretty much, unless a miracle happens, there's no coming back from it, and Tesla is just going to continue to be farther and farther ahead. Tesla's up 6.3% because of that news, up $30 exactly now, just about. It's at $508.10. Now, man, this was a stock that, let's look at the 6 month, I'm pretty sure was $180 at that time. or so. Yeah, it was 180. I remember it got down to 177.89 or something dollar stock, and now it's at above 500. So I mean, if you would have invested back then, which I did get in around 223 was my average with about 150 shares, I think, and I actually did sell out really early. I didn't think it was early at the time. I believe it was about 3:30ish is when I sold out. And since then, I've just been trading in and out of it. Now, obviously, if I would have stayed in, I would have made more money over the long term. However, you know, it is what it is. I never would have, I knew a short squeeze was coming, but I never could have imagined that it was going to be this big, because this is just insane. It's up more than 115% in the last 6 months. And I don't know, it's scary. A lot of people still want to short it, but I don't think that's the greatest idea because it could top out wherever. I mean, if it keeps getting upgraded and stuff, I do think it'll eventually settle down and come down a little bit and then kind of level out and then maybe keep trending up, keep trending down. I don't know. You never really know about Tesla. It's just kind of all over the place. However, let's go back in to the chart here and I'll show you where I bought in at and where my stop loss is. I actually have to re-up my stop loss just because it has gone up since I started making this video about another $1.50 or $2. So we'll look over here. So as you can see, this is the beginning of the day today. You can see 9 o'clock at the very bottom, 10 o'clock. I bought in around 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit before. You see on that red candle there where it almost hit 496. I think my average was 497. I did buy 2 calls at the start just to flip for about a $35 gain or so. And then I actually did end up buying 5 shares around there. And then I bought another 5 shares at around right as it broke that 500, that previous high. As you can see at 9:30, it had a huge spike up. And once it hit that top candlestick and broke above that, I did buy another 5 shares just because I thought it would keep trending up in that direction. And as you can see, I was right. However, if I wasn't right on that, what I probably would have done was just set my stop loss for 5. So I would have had 10 shares. Then I would have dropped out of those 5 shares when it hit 500. So let's just say I bought the shares, the top shares, once they broke out of that resistance at around 503, I think it was. So what I would have done was I would have set my stop loss for maybe just 5 of those shares. The other 5 that I had at the very bottom, I would probably keep. However, that would just be to mitigate my losses, kind of, so to speak, just in case it did drop below there. Because if it did drop below that and it didn't break out into that, because I think I actually was a little preemptively buying. I think the highs, let's go back into the chart here. Yeah, the highs were at around 503 there at 9:30, and I'm pretty sure I bought a little bit preemptively even before they actually did break the highs at 9:30 when the market opened. However, if I would have just sold out of them at 500 and at least 5 of them. I'm not really sure, just to mitigate those losses and kind of just go from there. But now, I mean, it's not really in the equation anymore. So yeah, so now at this point, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to keep setting my stop loss for $2 under. So here's what I'm going to do here. We're going to go into this, we're going to go to sell, and then we're going to go to stop loss. I actually did cancel my stop loss, so we have 10 shares. So I'm going to set a stop loss for about $2 under, maybe 3, depending. We can be a little bit conservative just because we're up around $100 on the position now. Not 500, not that. We're probably going to set them for, let's say 507. So we'll set the stop loss for 507 for 10 of those shares, and then we'll go from there. Maybe, yeah, 507 is good. So we'll set a stop loss, make it standard. You guys, I'm not 100% sure what all of this is. I know that this is setting it for the mark. What you're asking, or what the sellers are asking, is the ask. And then the mark is what the buyers are asking, and the standard. So I would just set it at standard. It doesn't really matter. And the reason I don't set a stop limit is mainly because it could go up. I mean, it could just continue to go up. So let's just say for some reason I set a stop limit to 515 because I'm like, oh wow, I don't think there's any way it's getting to 515. However, what if it gets to 530 today, you know? So that's why I always set my stop limit or my stop loss only a stop loss, just because you don't know what it could go up to. It could drop it, and unfortunately it could drop down to 507, and it could go up to 520. You never know. But this is kind of just a way, just in case some kind of news comes out and it hurts the stock in the short term, you're covered for that. It's kind of like insurance. Like if it does drop in the short term, you're going to be all right because you're still going to make gains on that. So my average, if you went back, was around $501 or something, 502.30. So we did make about a well, let's see real quick. We made a $55 gain, $57 gain on these shares, and about a $92 gain overall on Tesla, and that brings us to $616. So that clip was about an hour and a half ago, and now we're doing another clip where Tesla actually did hit my stop loss. I had it set. I rose it a little bit. It got to around 219, and I set it a little bit too conservative. I think I set it for 217. And it actually did fall down to 215, but it did sell. I'm probably not going to buy any more for the day. This is probably me out of the day. So on that for the day, and we made $150.75 on the shares and $185.75 overall for Tesla. So that's a good almost $200 gain. So that puts our account just under $700 on the day, and our net liquid right now is $33,188. We have about, on this account, I believe we have about $10,000 in cash and another 40 or 50 in our bank and our checking account. Actually, it's not really. The only reason I have it in a checking account, I would not advise keeping your money in a checking account, but the only reason I am is because I do credit card churning for credit cards. However, I also do bank churning, so to speak, is what it's called. So basically, I'll get into that in a different video. I'll have another thing for that, but I have to specifically have money in a bank account in order to create pretty much guaranteed money on that. And that's just kind of what I do with my money when it's not in the stock market. And the reason I don't have it all in the stock market right now is obviously because the markets are at all-time highs and anything can happen, and I want to have a lot of money on the side just in case everything does kind of break down. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys liked this kind of during the market video, and I'm going to try to probably maybe do a couple more videos on them coming up in the next couple of weeks, but we'll have to see how much like they get. So guys, as always, hope you liked the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and put your thoughts whether or not you think this is a good strategy to use, and if you plan on using this type of momentum trading strategy. That does it for me, guys. I'll see you later.